It was a great referral. Very informative. Like, it's not just buying a house, telling us everything about every process of buying the house. It's very informative.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was that didn't feel like a long meeting at all when we first met you guys and all the forums. It was very thorough, and that's what we liked.
Mm-hmm. I think 11 o'clock to 3 o'clock.
Probably, so maybe at least 2 to 3 hours we were there, and he explained a bunch of paperwork to look at if you're visual, and he just went over it line by line, and that's what we liked, and that's how we learned as well.
Yeah, it's a lot of AI to ask questions about structural stuff. Anytime we need more information on how things work. But I mean, I don't even know the questions to ask the AI until I talk to the people involved in the process, such as you and Patrick and the inspectors. Stuff they tell me, I'll look up in AI. Then we're using AI, of course, to recolor the house to see what it would look like. What if it's green instead of yellow or whatever? Change the front door cover, stuff like that. So yeah, we used AI a lot throughout this process, but we wouldn't know half the questions to ask if it wasn't for the people we talked to during the process. Yeah, we needed a garage. For sure, we needed a garage. It's so hard to find a garage, especially in our price range we were looking. So, better kitchen. Our kitchen was too small for the one we have, so this kitchen, when we walked in, it was huge like that. Also, no HOA. I said going into it I didn't want an HOA, but we've gone back and forth on it, so this is nice. No HOA fees here.
Your team is amazing. Angie was great, and when she shows the house, she her notes of everything from her experience, and we would ask for things as well. And when we would ask you, you were amazing to learn from. You were very thorough as well. And then Patrick was easy to talk to, and every time we had a question, it was very responsive, and that's what we enjoyed too.
Well, it's definitely a buyer's market right now, so we're not really in a huge rush to sell. We're talking to our neighbor, and she sold hers, or bought hers for $20,000 more than we're expecting to sell ours for. So that was 2 years ago. So yeah. And then we know we need to fix it up, and fixing up the old place is going to be easier without us being there. And then we got the finances to do it. So it really doesn't hurt too much to hold on to it for an extra month as opposed to trying to coordinate everything where we move out just as someone else moves in. We took the same price adjustment on a much more expensive property. Well, we talked to Patrick, and we told him we like the house and we don't want to lose it. So we'll take it either way, but we'd also be willing to go halfway on the roof, which, yeah. So we said we're hoping to get half of the roof paid for, but we'll take it even if they don't. And then Patrick comes back with a full roof and $2,500 on the foundation. So we didn't expect to get everything. So
yep.
And that was already after his initial negotiations already did a huge price cut for us. So yeah.
Yay.
It was very impressive.
All right.
I said I'd never want to negotiate against him.
Yeah, I just want to say, I appreciate the trust and the respect. This is a big investment. And with your experience, this is not your first rodeo. You guys own, you bought, you're selling. You guys are very much adept at kind of how these things work, and the fact that you entrusted in our company and our team and me, guys, it means so much. I say it all the time, there's realtors everywhere, and I know you guys knew other people, and I'm just very, very grateful for the opportunity. As Yolanda said, there is no business without opportunity, and the opportunity afforded us. I'm very grateful. So I'm glad I was able to negotiate. I'm glad you kind of put that in my lane a little bit. I know there was, when I did, let's be honest, that first one, I think I pushed a little hard. We didn't kind of but the second one, y'all said, hey, Pat, we trust you, and I appreciate that. And I'm glad we landed in a place where you guys are happy. So it means a lot. So thank you.
Thank you.